According to leakers, Kado Thorne will be bringing back the Chapter 1 Season 5 map. There is heavy speculation that this will happen during Chapter 4's month-long season. The return of the Chapter 1 map would be a dream come true, however, I believe there are some things Epic can do to make this special and to bring back a lot of their lost players. Today's video will discuss how Epic Games can make the return of Chapter 1 the saving grace for Chapter 4. So for starters, it's no secret that the Chapter 4 storyline has been all over the place, and quite frankly, just non-existent. And as someone who used to be extremely invested in the storyline, I kind of just don't really care what's going on anymore. This is important to note because a lot of the player base has lost this love for the storyline, when some people, that was their favorite part of this game. Now, they just sort of don't care, because that's kind of what Epic Games has led us to do. They've given us lackluster seasons with a lackluster storyline up until now. See, this season is already amazing as it is. However, I believe that what they're doing to the storyline could be fantastic. Like we've seen in the past, we've had seasons where the storyline hasn't made sense at first, but throughout the next seasons to follow, it's been explained. And with this season, we don't know where Kado Thorne came from, we don't know who he is, we don't know what significance he has to the game. However, if he can manage to bring back the Chapter 1 map, A, nobody's gonna be complaining, but B, I think this could also explain a lot of who he is. We can maybe go back through Chapter 1 and see how he's been working in Chapter 1 the entire time without us even knowing it. And generally, it would just bring back the storyline. I've seen the theory that now that Donald Mustard's gone, the new creative director wants to have sort of a fresh slate, a new start where he can sort of take the storyline that's gone down a little bit and start a new era of it, where we can continue some of the paths we've had in the past while also making a completely new version of the storyline, bringing us ahead in the future, instead of just giving us random seasons with no meaning. So now that we've covered that, it's time to cover the main focus of this video. What is going to happen with Chapter 1? So if they can make Kado Thorne a genuinely cool character with a cool backstory who actually has a lot to offer to the storyline, and they can fit it in well with him bringing back the Chapter 1 map, then this could be one of the biggest things they've ever done for the game. However, to have the most hype and love for this Chapter 1 return possible, I believe that they should roll it out in a certain manner. So first off, I do not believe that the month-long season should be all we get of Chapter 1. I think that it would be really unwise to bring back the Chapter 1 map for only 1 month and then go to a new map when nobody's going to want to leave the Chapter 1 map if they only got to play on it for a month. And so I believe that what they should do instead is sort of a mix, where as the season goes on for this 1 month long season, we start getting more and more OG stuff appearing on the map. Sort of as just like a very, very long playable live event where slowly more and more starts to happen. We start to see more OG things coming back to the map. However, they also add new things, meaning that there's a couple new POIs or something, or maybe like a new enemy that Kado Thorne brings on, or just a new type of POI or something, maybe new weapons, some sort of new like energy, like the cube or something, is brought onto the map. And because of that, it starts to sort of corrupt the map or something to basically just change it around so it's not just the Chapter 1 map. And after this month-long season, which I think should begin, if they're going to do something like this, I think it should begin with an event of some sort. However, what I believe that they need to do after this season is have another event where basically it explains how we go back. So maybe like the map is almost completely turned over to Chapter 1, and then, the 7 come out of nowhere and start to fight him, and they're about to win and make it so that he doesn't revert the map back and like take it over or whatever his plan is. But Kado Thorne ends up pulling through and brings the Chapter 1 back, and we go back. And this is what Chapter 5 would be. It would be the Chapter 1 map, except it would be different. It would have pretty much like 90% of the same stuff, but some of the POIs and some of the landmarks and things would just be replaced. So there would be parts from maybe the Chapter 4 map. So maybe like one of Kado Thorne's POIs we have right now would be on the map or something. And you could see like that sort of division between the Chapter 1 style of map and the Chapter 4 style of map. I think that would be really cool. But just something storyline wise, so it's not literally just copy and paste of the Chapter 1 map, but there is something unique about it. I think that would be really cool. I think that would be the best for pretty much all of the players, because you get something new and you get the Chapter 1 map. It's like literally everything that we could possibly ask for in one. In terms of the loot pool, I think that they should just basically do the same thing. They should have the Chapter 1 guns like the pump and the scar and things without being like nerfed and stuff. You know, give us the scar before you nerfed it in Chapter 4. Give us the pump that did 200. Just things to genuinely make the game so fun that people want to just come back, because Fortnite's been losing a little bit. They've been down bad, and I think that by doing this, they could definitely bring a lot of people back. Not only by bringing back the Chapter 1 map, but by also making the loot pool and everything about the game extremely fun and nostalgic. However, we could also have some of the amazing things that we have now, like mantling, sliding, maybe some of the items like the, slurp juice and the floating island spawning, and maybe like, I don't know, the caches or the katana or the hammer or something. Some of the things that are from Chapter 4 that could definitely improve the experience of Chapter 1. And in the end, you have all of these things combined in a way that storyline-wise makes sense and actually makes the storyline come back. And boom, your entire fan base is happy. I don't know anyone who would be unhappy about this. And I think that Epic Games knows that creative is not the way to go and that they need to focus on Battle Royale. And I think that the new director has a lot of good ideas on how to really spice up the storyline again. So I think overall, we could have a lot of these things combined. And, maybe throughout Chapter 5, it's like every single season from Chapter 1, Season 5 to like Chapter 1, Season 10, except there's something different about them. So as the updates go on, other different things change. Or maybe each season we start to see like versions of the old maps and like little bits each season start to combine. Just something I think would be cool. But all that stuff is just speculation and things I'd like to see. I would say the main things I want to see are a return to the good storyline once again, or at least a new era of the storyline that actually is in-depth and makes sense. I also want to see that tie in to Chapter 1's return somehow make sense instead of just saying, oh, look, here's the Chapter 1 map, be happy. Like, I want them to actually care enough to put thought into how it will actually happen and what it will mean for the future of the game. I also want to see a mix between new and old, new POIs, old POIs, mixed with new weapons and items and features and old weapons and items and features. And I think with all of this combined, you could bring that time traveling sense so well, going back to the Chapter 1 map while bringing our things back to it. And I think overall, this could just make an absolutely amazing season with an absolutely amazing storyline. If Epic Games rolls their seasons out like this, I think they could really bring back a lot of people. I know I'd be happy, and I know pretty much everybody would be happy. So yeah, that's all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. We just recently hit 1,000 subscribers, so if you would like to subscribe and sort of help me grow that number more, it'd be much appreciated. God bless you guys, and I will see you guys in Chapter 5.